it is very important to give timeline to customers whenever you receive any complaints from customers. So you have to give a timeline and you have to be empathetic. So you have to say some nice words. You have to calm them down, which is very important. That is the number one thing actually, because this is where you gain the trust of the customers. So already the anxiety is very high. So you should not go to take your manual or handbook that actually you say that this should not cover this, whatever complaints you are giving, it is not under purview of us. So this again create a the anxiety, and also it create a distress that lead to distrust. So these aspects you have to be very careful. Even actually whatever the compliance they are giving, it is not under purview. The company cannot solve it, but you should not say it immediately. So you have to actually say that, sir, whatever the compliance you are giving, definitely we will look into it. And you have to actually escalate this to your superior and see that actually whether it can be anything can be done. See, even it is not under the purview, so you have to do something to the customer to win their hearts and minds. So there are many cases actually, we encounter during one of my workplace where I worked before. So when the customer, we received a complaint from the customers actually, and that is not a part of our service contract. But still, we send the people to the place, and we look into the problem, and we identified it, and we actually told them like whatever this thing is not under the purview of our service contract. But however, the whatever the manpower we spend for the particular service we are offered, we will not charge for you. But whatever the services which it requires for your the compliance, that will be chargeable, because since it's not a part of the contract. But that initial scouting, we send the service personnel, that we will not charge. So this actually, created a tremendous trust on us, and eventually the particular customer paid for the services we offered. So this is one of the example. Like I'm just trying to, share with you like how you have to get the trust of the customers, though it is not under part of your service contract. So you have to ensure the customer should, listen to you. So you should not block actually whatever the customer says. So this is where the problem starts. So the first very important thing is empathetic. So you have to listen to the customers. You have to take the issues, and you have to ask right questions. The number two is the responsiveness. So these are the very important techniques you have to handle the customer anxiety and distress and turning into a customer delight or customer trust. Responsiveness. You have to give a timeline to customers actually when you will come back to the customer solution, and whatever the way forward, maybe a week or actually 2 days, 3 days. The timeline is very important. So you, even if you cannot achieve actually within 2 days or 3 days, because you escalated to your superior, the superior has not come back to you. But you need to call the customers. Actually, you have to tell them, sir, actually still we are waiting from the superiors, and we just go by the timeline, and we will update you within another 2 weeks. So this is where the customer is also on the loop and saying that actually you're trying to do something, you are on the track, and you're trying to solve the problem. So this is also the way to actually win the trust of the customers, especially the hearts and minds of the customer. So responsiveness, and if we could solve the problem within the timeline you given, like whatever timeline, like week or 15 days or whatever it is. So that is where the customer like, begin to trust. So these two are the very important techniques the company needs to focus. The number one is empathetic, which you need to focus on reducing the anxiety and distress of the customers. Number two is responsiveness. So you have to respond to customers, and you have to give a timeline and try to solve the particular issues within the timeline. And even if you could not solve it, you need to actually inform the customers about when it should be solved, and and you see to that it should be done. And you have to keep calling the customers, during that particular period. In that way, actually, you're trying to reduce anxiety and stress of the customers, because the period of waiting is actually normally unknown aspects, which creates a lot of chaos in the minds of customers. So if the company can focus on these two aspects, be it as a product scenario, service scenario, high value scenario, and this will really solve the problem. Again, actually, I am just quoting the problem which my friend is facing with a particular real estate company, the builder board. So now they are talking about when they will deliver the apartment, like for the possession. So they still they not come back to that. My friend, he's asking like when he will go and inspect the place and when he will actually give an OC and when he will leave the apartment for the further process or interior. But the customer relationship person who is handling, the client, my friend, says that actually please wait for our email. Once you get the email, actually you can go for it. But the person is not giving any time frame. So this is where the problem comes. So the CRM, the customer relationship executive, is not trained, and that person does not know how to handle the client. So this is slowly creating a kind of a chaos in the minds of my friend, and he's keep on telling, the person is keep on telling like I don't want to actually continue relationship with this the particular builder, and in future he will definitely not refer it. So this is where the particular company failed to win the hearts and minds of the customers. See, the very important part of the real estate are very high value products. It's like the person may not go back again, but they become a great referees and the brand ambassadors. So this kind of like mishandling of a client, especially done by the CRM executive, this is where the problem is. So this is where the company needs to focus to train the like CRM executives how to handle the clients, especially focus on these two very important techniques. We call it as empathy and responsiveness. With this, I am ending this video of the techniques to handle the customer anxiety and distress and how to win the hearts and minds of clients. Once again, thank you very much for watching my videos and sharing with your network and offering your valuable comments.